not all of them cope with their training regime in the same way when they've got that kind of time available.
Princess Anne's recent revelation concerning King Charles III's final wish regarding Prince William has stirred deep emotions and intense reflection within royal circles and among the public alike. As the monarch continues to navigate the difficult path of his cancer battle, her disclosure has cast a spotlight on the future of the monarchy and the values the king holds dearest. The momentous nature of this revelation lies not only in its timing, but in the profound implications it holds for the House of Windsor and the broader Commonwealth. Princess Anne's words, though delivered with the composed dignity expected of a royal, carried a weight that could be felt across the nation. Before we start, smash the like and subscribe buttons for more updates. The king's deteriorating health has naturally raised questions about succession, a topic traditionally discussed behind closed palace doors. Yet as Charles faces the harsh realities of his diagnosis, it seems he has become more reflective about the legacy he wishes to leave behind. His choice to articulate a clear vision of who should carry the crown after him speaks volumes about his commitment to stability, continuity, and the emotional well-being of his family and his people. Princess Anne, often known as the no-nonsense, steadfast figure within the royal family, took it upon herself to convey the king's sentiments, perhaps understanding the symbolic power of her position as both sibling and loyal lieutenant. In disclosing the king's wish for Prince William to become king, Princess Anne illuminated a private moment of clarity amidst the complexities of royal duty and constitutional tradition. Though the line of succession has long been established by law, the personal endorsement from a reigning monarch, especially one battling cancer, imbues the decision with a deeper sense of emotional authority. It was not a legal decree, but a paternal affirmation, a recognition of William's readiness and a passing of the torch not through necessity but through heartfelt trust. Such an expression carries echoes of a father preparing his son for an inevitable but daunting future, not just as ruler, but as the symbolic heart of a nation. The king's illness has become a crucible in which his truest priorities are being forged. As treatment continues and moments of strength alternate with periods of vulnerability, Charles has taken on a more introspective role. His decision to communicate his final wishes through his sister, rather than through public statements or official channels, suggests a desire to maintain the gravity of the moment without sensationalism. Princess Anne's role here cannot be understated. She remains one of the most respected figures within the monarchy, devoted, tireless, and unflinchingly loyal to her brother. For her to be the messenger is to give the message an unshakable sense of authenticity. This revelation also comes at a time when public sentiment around the monarchy is in a state of flux. The transition from Queen Elizabeth II to King Charles III brought about both mourning and anticipation. While some viewed Charles's ascension as a new chapter, others saw it as a temporary bridge between the grandeur of Elizabeth's era and the modern, relatable image represented by William and Catherine. By expressing his wish for William to inherit the crown, King Charles is perhaps acknowledging the shifting tides of public opinion. He recognizes William not just as heir by birthright, but as heir in spirit and modern vision, someone capable of balancing tradition with progression, formality with accessibility. The significance of this wish goes beyond a personal endorsement. It signals the king's desire for continuity during uncertain times. The United Kingdom, and indeed the world, continues to reel from a sequence of global challenges: political instability, economic hardship, and the evolving place of monarchies in democratic societies. Within this landscape, the monarchy serves as a constant, a ceremonial anchor amid turbulence. King Charles, having long served as Prince of Wales and then taking the throne later in life, knows the importance of preparation. His explicit support for William ensures that the public sees a line of clarity and readiness, not hesitation or disorder in the royal future. This moment also paints a deeply human portrait of the king. It is easy within the pomp and protocol to forget that these towering institutions are inhabited by people with real fears, emotions, and hopes. For Charles to entrust his legacy to his eldest son, while facing the gravity of his illness, is a moment of vulnerability and grace. It reflects his acceptance of the transient nature of life, even for a monarch. By signaling his approval of William, he is not just passing on a title. He is conveying a father's belief in his son's character, a man who has grown under intense public scrutiny, endured personal losses, and emerged as a leader in his own right. William, for his part, has consistently stepped up in recent years, taking on more responsibilities and embodying the values expected of a future king. From his environmental advocacy to his dignified handling of personal and family challenges, he has projected the kind of balance that modern monarchs are increasingly expected to strike. The king's wish appears to be both a recognition and a reward for this conduct, a nod to William's consistent readiness to serve with integrity and empathy. Moreover, this moment throws into sharp relief the unique dynamics within the royal family. Princess Anne's involvement is not just as a sister, but as a symbolic figure representing continuity and tradition. Her support for the king's message reflects a shared vision within the family, a united front that bolsters the monarchy's resilience in the face of adversity. It also subtly reinforces the roles that each royal plays, not just in public, but in shaping the future of the institution. The cohesion suggested by Anne's delivery of Charles's wish stands in stark contrast to the divisive narratives that have, at times, plagued the family in recent years. Behind closed doors, this message likely carried even more weight. One can imagine the private conversations that preceded this moment, discussions held in the quiet of royal residences, away from public eyes, filled with emotion, deliberation, and a shared sense of duty. The king, surrounded by family, would have reflected not just on the crown, but on the burden it imposes. His final wish, then, is not merely procedural. It is a culmination of his life's work, his hopes for the monarchy, and his understanding of the person best equipped to shoulder its future. There is also a sense of timing that cannot be ignored. The king's illness has added urgency to his contemplations. Time, once measured in ceremonial events and diplomatic meetings, is now parsed through the cycles of treatment and recovery. In this context, the articulation of a final wish becomes not just a formality but a necessity, a way for Charles to ensure that his voice remains a guiding force even when he can no longer speak. His acknowledgement of William as the rightful future king is a means of preserving stability, avoiding ambiguity, and ensuring the crown remains an instrument of unity. Importantly, the king's wish, as relayed by Princess Anne, sidesteps any mention of alternative paths or scenarios. There is no room for conjecture, no space for interpretation. It is a clear and decisive affirmation. Such clarity is essential in a time of personal and institutional vulnerability. In expressing a singular vision, the king avoids the potential turmoil of divided loyalties or public speculation. He places the weight of the future squarely on William's shoulders, but also arms him with the legitimacy of a father's blessing and a monarch's approval. This revelation has also opened a window into the evolving nature of royal communication. While press releases and public appearances still dominate the official narrative, moments like this one, personal, direct, and emotionally resonant, are redefining how the royal family connects with the public. There is a growing recognition that authenticity and humanity carry more weight than formality alone. By choosing Princess Anne as the bearer of his final wish, Charles conveys more than protocol. He offers a glimpse into his heart, his values, and his trust in those closest to him. Princess Anne, ever the stalwart presence, delivered this message with characteristic composure. Yet even in her restrained demeanor there was an unmistakable poignancy. She, too, has lived her life in the shadow and service of the crown. Her decision to be the voice of her brother's most personal royal decision underscores the strength of their bond and her unwavering loyalty to the institution. The choice to speak now, while Charles still battles cancer, ensures that his intent is known and honored while he remains alive to see the fruits of that trust beginning to take root. William, aware of the responsibility now so clearly placed upon him, continues to embody the traits that have endeared him to many: quiet strength, measured leadership, and emotional intelligence. This new affirmation will likely serve to deepen his resolve, reinforcing his path and reaffirming his place within the lineage. It is not just about duty anymore. It is about legacy, about honoring a father's wishes, and about rising to meet the moment with grace. Within the broader royal ecosystem, this declaration sets the tone for what comes next. Courtiers, advisors, and governments alike now have a definitive signal around which to align. It removes uncertainty and replaces it with direction. That kind of clarity is rare and valuable, especially in a monarchy where ambiguity can breed dissent or confusion. Charles has given his people a map, and William is its compass point. Even as the king continues his cancer treatments, facing the uncertainty that comes with every medical report, his declaration through Princess Anne ensures that one crucial certainty remains intact. The monarchy's future is in safe hands. It is a moment of generational transition not yet realized but already acknowledged, a passing of the flame from one sovereign to the next, not in abdication but in expectation. It is not only a message of succession but a message of hope. This hope reverberates beyond the palace gates. It touches every citizen who looks to the monarchy as a symbol of national identity and continuity. It resonates with those who believe in duty, in service, and in the unbroken chain of leadership that has defined the British monarchy for centuries. In this way, Charles's wish becomes more than a personal statement. It becomes a national reassurance. As Charles continues his fight, buoyed by medical care, family support, and the strength of a lifetime of preparation, he does so knowing that his son stands ready. That readiness, now affirmed publicly and emotionally, ensures that the monarchy does not pause even in illness. It moves forward, tethered to the past but with eyes fixed firmly on the horizon. If you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel. Also, leave your comments below and tell us, what are your thoughts on King's final wish for William during cancer battle? We want to hear from you. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.